Hey guys, this video might be somewhat of an emotional roller coaster, at least for me, probably not for you, but it's such a big deal. Like I literally can't wrap my head around this that I actually found it. But have you ever heard a song like in the distance somewhere or in the background and you've never been able to find it? You couldn't quite hear the lyrics, so you didn't even really know what to search, but you never were able to find it again. The only thing that sticks with you is like the tune of the song. Well, that happened to me 14 years ago. I've been looking for this song for 14 years. And it is a song that I couldn't even understand the lyrics to because it wasn't in English, which made it so much more difficult to find. But I had tried my best for years and years. And I'll tell you the story of where I heard this song and why it kind of meant something to me, and why it's stuck with me all these years. So for my super sweet 16th, I and my mom and my family and everybody, we went to a place called the Canary Islands, which is just off the coast of Morocco. And it's technically owned by Spain. It's Spanish territory. But we went on vacation there, and it was for my birthday, which was in the August. That's how I know it was like in August that this took place. You know, I was somewhat of a world traveler at some point in my life. I don't know what happened. Now I barely leave my house. It's scary and sad. Anyway, that's not what this is about. So we went to these beautiful islands just off the coast of Morocco called the Canary Islands. And there's one particular island. It's like a cluster of islands, kind of like Hawaii. But there's one that's called Gran Canaria, and we went to this place there. I had a great time. Like, I made friends there. I was talking to these other people, and there was people from all over the world at this one place. It was kind of a complex, so you had the bar in the middle of like the complex, and you had like the pool and stuff like that. It was really cool. You could just like be there all the time because you pretty much had everything you needed right there. I made friends with this girl named Laura. She was quite a lot older than me. I was just turning 16, like it was my 16th birthday. She was like 20, I think, which is young now, but like at the time I remember making fun of her for being old. She was pretty cool. We made friends because we bonded over a cigarette. I was a smoker at that time, and so was she, and we both used to like hide around the side of the hotel and smoke together. And we became friends. We started talking, and then we started hanging out at night, and we would sit by the bar, and we made friends with these older people, like in their 50s. It was just really like such a wholesome place. Like everybody was just, I guess because it's like everyone there is on vacation, so everyone's just happy and everyone's friendly. And you just kind of had this like little community where everybody just wanted to be friends with each other, and it was super cool. I remember very well this hotel, like at night they would play the same mix CD every single night, so you literally learned by the end of like the 2 weeks that we were there, you could predict what song was going to come on next on the CD. And I knew that there was Weeda's Teenage Dirtbag was on the CD, and then after this was another song, but I didn't really care too much about it at this point. So basically there was this girl at this hotel that had been catching my eye, some may say. She was very pretty. And I remember she kept like, we would pass each other quite a lot, and we would sometimes see each other like sitting on different tables or passing each other or sitting around the bar, and she would often smile at me, and I was all like, oh, she's so cute. Eventually I strapped on a pair of balls, and I decided to send my friend over to talk to her for me because I was too much of a shitbag. I do this quite a lot. You will notice a pattern in these love stories that I have. I often send over people to do the talking for me because I'm too scared. So I send this girl, Laura, that I was friends with. I asked her if she would go over and like talk to this girl for me and then come back and tell me what she says and if she's in love with me. So I hid around the corner and waited patiently while I was watching. And Laura did that for me. She went over and started talking to her. And she came back just moments later, and she said, I couldn't understand a word she was saying. She is from Germany, she's German, and she can't speak a word of English. And that was a little bit of a problem because I speak English and she couldn't. And I don't speak German either. Kind of sucked because like she was super pretty and I really wanted to talk to her. However, we did sit and talk to each other by the bar later that night. I remember I was sitting here on a stool, and it was kind of like a tiki bar. It kind of looked like Rico's Beach Store from like Hannah Montana, that little shack. It looked like one of those. And the bartender was like obviously in the middle of it. But I remember sitting here and she sat there and we started talking, or at least trying to. And the only thing I could get out of her was that she was 17 and her name, but I don't remember her name. But I remember like thinking, oh, she's a year older than me because I had just turned 16. but that was all I could get out of her. It was so awkward trying to talk to her, but like she was so pretty and she looked so nice and she was so friendly. But one thing that did kind of help us out a little bit was the music. Wheatus Teenage Dirtbag was on, and then that other song came on after, and that's when it really started to like mean something to me. It had a very catchy rhythm. But I didn't understand a word of it because it was like, I guess it was like a mixtape of all different languages and stuff like that. Because it was kind of random to have a German song play. And it was kind of like Teenage Dirtbag, the song itself, but it had this like very unique and catchy rhythm to it. And the girl that I was talking to, the German girl, she knew the song. And so because she knew it, it kind of, my brain was trying to recognize it a little more. Like I kind of liked it a little more just because I knew she understood it and she knew it. And yeah, I never could like find out what the song was. I was never able to see that girl ever again. And that's just it. She was just another one that got away. They all seem to do that. But the song was always, it was a song that I never let go. It was always in my head. I still had the rhythm in my head. Only of the chorus. That's all I could remember. And I remember talking to my friend about it. He could speak a little German, so I was able to like try and talk to my friend who was like learning German. And I asked him if he was able to recognize it or if he was able to help me out and like look through like German songs or like albums and try to find it that sounds like that. And I would play the song on a piano because that was the only way I could really translate what the song was, because it's German, so I can't say, like, I can't even give any lyrics because I don't know them. So I used to just play it on a piano, just the chorus, just the sound of what it sounds like on the chorus, just enough so that I would never forget it. And I never did, and it's been years. I hardly think about it anymore, but for years and years it did bother me. I used to sit there listening to like German pop albums and stuff like that, listening to every single song, and I could never find it. And it got to a point where I just gave up on all hope that I would never ever find it until today. It's almost like it was meant to be. This is kind of crazy. I was sitting there and I was humming that song and I realized like, oh, I'm singing that song again. Didn't think much of it, just carried on going about my day and doing whatever I was doing earlier. And then I saw an ad for like the song recognition thing that you can do on the Google app, where you like hum or whistle into it and it can detect the song. And I had tried that before years ago and it didn't work. So I thought I'll try it again. So I downloaded the Google app and the Google Assist app, just so I could use this song detector thing. And I did it. It took me a few times. I sang it in different like pitches and stuff like that. Took a few tries humming it in different pitches, but I found it. And I literally, like, you wouldn't believe what happened to me when I found it. I started laughing when it got to I knew it was going to be that song because I remember the guy having a very nasally kind of voice. And as soon as it got to the chorus, that was it. And I just felt so like I was overwhelmed with emotion. And it was like I started laughing, hysterical laughter, followed by crying, like uncontrollable, sitting there crying. And it's been a very emotional day because of that song. It's not even a sad song. It's kind of like a early 2000s pop song. But then I started talking to my sister about it. I was like, do you remember when we went to the Canary Islands? And she was like, yeah, I remember. And then we started talking about that. And I told her the story. She didn't really know any of this. I didn't tell anybody, except the few people that I was with, like that I made friends with there. But nobody really from my family knew about this story. But yeah, I found the song and I told my sister about it. And then we started talking about, like, she was like, wonder what that girl's up to now. And I was like, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she's like probably married with kids now. I'm sure she's like, well, she'll be 32 because I'm 31 and she was a year older than me. So she's probably doing swell. And I'm just here being a big fat waste of oxygen. But yeah, then I started talking to my sister a little more about it. And then we kind of got deep and I started saying, like, I wonder if she even remembers me at all. Like, it's been 14 years, and it's just another reminder that time just flies, and it shows no mercy on anybody. Especially me, it seems. Like, I didn't even have a chance to get used to being 30, and then I just happened to turn 31. Like, it's just scary, and I wish that I didn't take things like that, like times like that of my life. I really wish I didn't take those times for granted, and I wish I would have appreciated being in the moment more because, like I said to my sister earlier, I spend most of my days now either missing the past or worrying about the future. I find it very hard to appreciate the moment and living in the moment. but I try my best. I'm definitely, at least I have awareness now where I didn't used to have that in my early 20s. I'm definitely getting better at like at least being aware. Like, I'm not doing too good at the appreciating the moment, but I'm definitely like, I know that I should be appreciating it because time is temporary. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you liked it. Smash a like on the video, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams.